Party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Ross moving, Lowe's, Rumble, Aldo, Nice is the uncle.
I really hate how, some people get affected by cancer, It personally takes them out the game, it affects their loved ones, just affects everybody around them, way of life, but especially the patient, the person that's really going through it, you know what I'm saying? And I really hate that for people. And I just think that's just crazy, the fact that people really gotta go through such a trial like that, such a big mountain like that. With that being said, this brings me to my next point. Bruh, I am 26 years old, and it still messed me up. However, since like a little boy, I could remember seeing these commercials or just hearing about foundations taking money for cancer research. And it just messed me up because I feel like, A, why is boys taking all this money for all my life and there's still no cure? And B, the fact that I think it's a cure and people still gotta go through it. And I just think that's crazy how boys be straight out here gaffling. Every time you turn around, it's somebody taking money for research, which I think is good because I want boys to get better. But I think boys out here finessing and gaffling, man. God bless everybody, though.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend podcast. It's your man Aldo Nice.
It's your boy Rod Smooth.
Wow, it's your boy Los, a.k.a. CAP.
Hey, brothers, I think we're going to have us a good podcast today. I feel positive fire energy today.
Positive.
I think it's going to be pretty good. Rumble started with a good little point. What's funny is I turned the channel last night because I was dozing off and I saw a little St. Jude commercial going. And I was like, I don't need that type of stress while on my way to sleep. Like, I don't need to see that right now. So,
especially
I feel you. I feel the
kids. I
feel the same way when I see them little dogs, the dog commercial. Like, if you was one of these dogs, how would you feel? And it's a little dog shaking.
Yeah.
But I will say this. It's crazy that he just brought this up because I was just watching the ESPYs, and the NFL. I'm sorry, it was probably the NBA or somebody. The Jimmy V Foundation, ESPN raised $100 million for the Jimmy V Foundation for cancer research. Yeah. And what it made me think is how much money do we need for research to become a real cure? Because $100 million, that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Well, and that's just ESPN.
You give me $100 million,
and that's just this
year.
Right? Yeah, I mean that's just ESPN.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think a lot of that money is good because they are coming to, people with cancer I think the surviving rate is getting a lot better than it used to be. If you look back 20, 15 years ago, people who had cancer was pretty much out of here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So people weren't surviving like this. So now, if they catch it early enough, for the most part, they can do something about it. My aunt's a breast cancer survivor. Shout out G Money.
This podcast brought to you by G Money.
By G Money, that's Chunky Mama. But I mean, I think it's they're making the strides towards it. I guess for me, the commercial I hate to see with them little African kids with that flower in their eye. And they be like, you can, for only 75 cents a month, you can feed this kid. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, 75 cents a month. What is he eating?
I feel like Fabulous had a lyric back in the day that said, this kid, something about, I'm about to get, somebody got punched in the face. I'm hungry like a South African with flies stuck to my face.
That's not
It's something like that. Don't quote me on that.
That commercial right there is terrible for me.
So you said the little African children. I said the St. Jude. Roger said, which one get you? Oh, the little dogs?
The dog shaking.
I used to hate the, you're not going to remember this one, Los, but in Southwest Louisiana, if you're from where we from, you're going to remember this one. Help me grow, help me smile on Wednesdays. Child, I want to be all that I can be. Yeah, it was a whole special on the news about like Wednesday's Child. Wednesday's Child was like homeless children and like orphans.
They was only homeless on Wednesdays?
No, I think that they just put a different one. Like they spotlighted a different one. Like that was
Oh,
Wednesday was
so
the
they
day
had
to spotlight a
new
little.
homeless kid.
I think orphans is what we're gonna go with. But the
Homeless
thing
kids
is,
on Tuesday.
my mama used to make you watch that, and then your mama would hit you with some shit like you could be like Wednesday's children.
You- on Tuesday.
You could be like Wednesday's children. Keep on.
Just kind of hopping back to what Rumble was talking about. I just think it's crazy. So I'm in Denver, and marijuana is legal out here, and it seems like CBD is kind of making its way around the country. And I don't understand how like the medical world hasn't like grasped CBD, because there's so many effects and there's like little to no side effects of it. Like side effects are like tiredness and drowsy. It's like things, regular stuff.
Cotton, if CBD was a cure for cancer, it would be out like it would be curing cancer.
No, that's not necessarily true. They really don't want to cure a whole bunch of nothing, because the one of the biggest money makers in America is the pharmaceutical business. They really don't want to cure everything. You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying that's
where you gonna put
I'm not saying
that's
that
a
CBD
$1 trillion business.
We get your point.
I'm not saying that CBD cures cancer. I'm saying that there are positive effects of CBD that might be able to be coupled with something else to find a cure. We don't know what cures cancer right now. Matter of fact, you don't even know if CBD cures cancer, because it might. But ain't nobody trying to figure that out right now.
I think at the end of the day, I think it's a very complex issue, like just cancer cells and reproducing them same cells. So I think, yes, I honestly think, and this is me just speaking from the outside looking in, I think it's a very Hotepian thing to say that, like, boy, they probably got a cure. Because the Rumble said it. I don't know if y'all heard him say it. He said, I think they got a cure. They just ain't like letting it go. And I've heard many people say the money is in the medicine, it's not in the cure. I get those points. But if somebody found a cure for cancer, I don't think somebody's just going to be like, nah, bro, you can't put that out because, we got too much money in curing it. No, Cutting, if they find out a cure for, like, polio, Cutting, they let people have it. When they found out a cure for, like, other things, infectious disease, they let people have it. I don't think that when they find a cure for cancer, if and when that happens, I think it's going to be known. So I'm not.
I mean, it's like saying. I think that there's a whole bunch of things. I think when you say the money is in the medicine, not in the cure, or whatever however you said it, I just think that the money is the most important. You can erase the rest of the sentence. It's the money that matters. So like, I think we still using oil because the money is in oil.
Yeah.
There's alternative fuels. Like we can get energy from another source, but we using oil because that's where the money's at right now. Like that's where it's at. We haven't gotten there yet. So I think I'm not necessarily saying that, put me on record, I'm not saying that there is a cure for cancer. I just don't necessarily believe the same thing that you believe about if there was, that it would be out.
Yeah.
I think that let's hold on to this for a little while. Let's create demand. Let's make it $1 million. Like there'd be a couple of things, stipulations to that.
Well, if you watch I Am Legend, that's how the movie started, with somebody curing cancer, and then Will Smith ended up having to save the world. That's all I'm saying. So things happen.
I mean, the same thing happened in Resident Evil. I think the same thing happened with all of the Outbreak movies. Like we found something really good to cure something, and then people started to trip. What I did see, just talking about curing, and I don't know if it's necessarily a cure, but it's like a preventative. On the back of the bus, specifically on the back of the bus, they had this. They had a homosexual man, like kind of laying on his side, making a. And I'm not being disrespectful, very homosexual-like face, and it said something like prevent HIV with whatever this drug is.
Probably PrEP. They be having them posters of PrEP is what it's called.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So PrEP then, and the dude was like, he had a face, and I'm gonna give you the words, and he said something like his face looked like, okay, now it's on. Like, now I'm gonna smash everything. You know, like that's what his face looked like.
You gonna raw that pussy, huh?
I hate both of y'all, but I get your point. I get your point. I get your point. I hate both of y'all, but I get your point.
I'm not being derogatory.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I get your point. I get your point. Hey, look.
It's like when you have to tell your mama a curse word. You repeat the curse word when you had to tell your mama.
It's an
So she can
interesting
understand
point,
what
and
we're
I think
talking
Rumble brought up something interesting, and Rumble got an interesting question of the week this week too. So Rumble is on his shit. So if y'all out there and y'all think something different, hit us up in the inbox. Let us know because I like to hear audience feedback as far as what y'all think about Rumble, what he just said. Rumble also said he was 26 years old just now in that post. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think Rumble is older than us for some odd reason. They think Rumble is the grandfather of the of the crew. Nah, Rumble's got a lot of wisdom for a youngster, so check him out with and all that good stuff.
Gaffel and Fugazi.
I had a
Those
question.
words should indicate his age.
I was in LA this past week during the earthquake. You know, I'm an earthquake survivor.
Here you go.
I mean, you know, I made it happen, man. Shout out, man. This podcast is brought to you by Dre Hype, man. Beautiful ceremony.
Hype, man.
Ceremony with his white what is it? Paisley print brocade jacket and pants. The boy was out there doing his thing, looking nice, and his lovely bride, man. This podcast is brought to you by Michelle as well. Hopefully y'all
That's pretty
keep
tight.
on
That's her
doing
name,
this
Michelle
shit.
as well.
Yeah, Michelle as well. That's what we refer to her as.
Pretty tight.
Yeah, and all that good stuff. But when I was out there, I was taking a bunch of Ubers, as people have a tendency to do when they're out of town. My question is, I just noticed that you have an Uber rating. Did y'all know you have your own Uber rating? I guess I never noticed
Absolutely.
that I have an Uber
I
rating.
never knew that.
Bro, so
Los,
has
open
no
your
one
phone.
ever
Ask
told you-
Roger is talking. Los, open your phone and find out what your Uber rating is.
You can have a.
Has no
I'll just
one
ride. How you gonna give me a read?
Has no one ever told you like you ride in the Uber with somebody and somebody like, hey, chill out, I don't want you to mess up my Uber rating, or like you see a meme about that? You've
I've
never
heard
seen
that. No,
before?
I've heard that on like Airbnb. Like, don't mess up my Airbnb rating. I've just never heard that. Like, don't mess up my Uber rating. I've never.
Where will I
heard
find my? I'm a. How I get that?
When you go to Uber, you open Uber and then at the.
I'm a 4.72.
What's yours, Raj?
4.68.
I'm a 4.69. Why Los got a better Uber rating than us?
That's fugazi.
Something is wrong with the algorithm, dog.
What you mean?
Something wrong with the algorithm if you're a 4.72.
I'm a good Uber rider.
Nah, dog.
My thing is, what do you rate me on? All I do is sit in the fucking back and play on my phone.
They probably rate us on
They rate
the,
like
us-
conversation.
Yeah,
If you
saying nigga.
like, if
I
you
don't even be
drunk,
talking,
if you got alcohol in their car and all kind of stuff like that.
If you're rolling that weed, if you're clowning. Like, because I feel like that's why my rating might be not perfect. 4.68, 4.69, Raj. That's funny that we're within 100th of a point. That's funny. But I think the thing is because we use Ubers more often when we're out of town or when we're drunk. And it's like a lot of people in the car and shit like that. So that's probably why our rating, whatever, dog. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just would have liked my shit to be 4.95. Couldn't? When I saw it was 4.69, I was like, okay, that's what y'all doing? All right, bet. I didn't know if everybody knew that, but open Uber, check out your Uber rating. Let us know if how your shit compares to ours. I think it's pretty interesting. This podcast is also brought to you by one of our most loyal listeners, Anthony Daniels. Shout out, man, Moose Daniels. This podcast brought to you by him. He sent me a message the other day, and I just thought it was hilarious. He said, it was like he was playing trivia at a place, like one of those spots where like a sports bar where you plug it in and y'all press buttons and y'all playing trivia, and it was like, who is the doubting apostle? And he just sent me that trivia question. Who is the doubting apostle? And I just was crying laughing when he sent it to me. And I sent it to Raj and Los, and neither one of them like thought it was funny because y'all don't know the answer to that? The doubting apostle is
Thomas.
Kanye West?
No, you didn't hear it? Let me say it again.
Thomas.
Raj, who is it? You know who it is?
Yeah, I know who it is.
And you know what I'm doing too. That's what makes it funny.
I know
Los,
what you're doing.
Los, do you know who it is?
I have no clue
Los,
what's going on.
I'm going to tell you again, Los. The doubting apostle is.
Thomas.
Did you hear me that time?
The down apostle is? I don't get it.
Say it again, Los. I'm going to let you complete the sentence. Say it.
The down apostle is.
Thomas.
I don't know, man. Just tell me what it is.
But how wouldn't you know? You just said it, dog. Like, what are you doing right now?
Oh, it is?
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
That's
This
very
makes me
type of
so.
humor.
It
It's
makes me
very
so
funny.
happy, cuz
Because
it's gonna.
if Los doesn't know what's going on and I do and you do, that makes it even funnier because I'm in on this.
That's
The
funny.
doubting apostle is
Thomas,
Oh, okay. No.
Los, how many times you gonna listen to us say
Thomas,
and not hear that the doubting apostle is?
Thomas,
Yeah.
I give you one more hint, Los.
I don't know what's going on right now.
hey, we be beefing with the doubting apostle, Los.
Oh, wait a minute. You talking about them people?
Yes, Los. So the
Oh.
doubting apostle is.
Thomas,
You want me to say the people's name?
I said it
it's already
20
been said.
I've said it 20,000 times.
Los, you even said it.
Los, who's the doubting apostle?
Them people? I don't know what's going on. Fuck.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what burned my Buddha, and I'm just gonna keep Los in the dark because it's even
don't
funnier
know.
to not tell him at this point. Okay, so speaking of trips, on my way to the trip, listen, they had a baby crying on the plane for about like the last 20 minutes of the flight, and the baby was sitting directly in the seat in front of me, and everybody was turning around and looking and standing up and peacocking like, where the baby at? Like, shut up, baby, shut up. I really feel like they should offer a baby flight like once a day. Like if you got a baby under 2 years old, you have to fly on this one flight. The baby flight is at 3 p.m. leaving out of Hobby. If you're not on that flight, you can't take no baby under 2 years old.
Ugh.
That burned my boot at crying babies on the plane.
I'm sleep on the plane. I
Burn my
don't.
boo down.
When as soon as I get on the plane, I find me somewhere and go to sleep. I don't even hear babies on the plane or snakes. So I'm good.
Did he say no snakes on the plane?
Yeah, I don't hear none of that shit. I'm sleep on the
I
plane.
don't know.
My
Rod,
nerves
you
too
ever
bad to be-
any thoughts on crying babies?
Yeah, I don't really. It doesn't bother me. I can.
No,
I can pretty much
like
see through it.
literally the baby was in front of me like,
You have on headphones?
I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't you put your headphones in
Yeah.
and put your music louder than that crying baby? You have expensive
Because-
headphones. This is wise words from you.
But I got diagnosed with my little functional dyspepsia last week,
Here you
and and it was affecting I was nauseous and I was having my ears was popping and I just wasn't feeling well. So when I put on headphones, it was actually giving me it was really uncomfortable. So I had to kind of raw dog the flight. So
That's on
I
you.
mean, I'm telling y'all a lot more than I should, but that's what it is, cuz. Like I'm just telling
That's
y'all.
on you.
you take
Baby-
a condom
babies-
off, huh?
Babies crying on the flight burns my booty. Another thing, cutting that burns my booty, is that we're regular mutts than Wayne. Like, mutts that die from heartworms at 6 years old, shit like that. Why they don't
All the
like
homeless
why
men got
every
them.
dog is that what it is? Because why every dog is like a pure breed Labrador now, and shit like that, and they
all the
be
homeless
mailing
people got 'em.
dogs to
Yeah.
people and shit.
Yeah,
Like
homeless people
where the
got 'em
mutts
now.
they went at?
The homeless people got them.
Did you have a dog growing up, Los?
Yeah, we had Rottweilers though, purebred. We didn't do that much shit.
Oh, so you never was even on no much. You were fucking
Nah, I never had
sedity.
them. Yeah, kind of.
Rod, you
I
had a
never had
mutt?
a mutt either. Nah. I had a pure breed German Shepherd, and my brother had a pure breed boxer.
So I put my little
Hanes?
mutt in the yard with them, tear his ass up.
No, I had a dog was like 150 pounds. Man.
Cause my dog had heart though.
I mean, I don't understand
Worms.
why you like making mutts better than purebred dogs. Like, give me my let me have my purebred. Take
Nah,
you
Roger,
right.
he
I don't
just
want
made
my-
it. Make
matter
it.
of fact-
Mom would let him had no.
Matter of fact,
no
I don't
real
want.
dog.
I don't even want to put my purebred, nice fired, awesome dog
Nowhere
in the yard with your
around
mutt.
your mutt.
You know why? Cause they would look at my little mixed dog and be like, "Ooh, that mixed dog fire," and they be trying to smash because my dog mixed.
So you-
And mess
so
around
you
and
say
catch
your
dog
has some
AIDS.
good hair.
What you said, Raj?
You say your dog had that good hair.
my dog was fucking nice, cuz. My dog was nice, cuz. Relax, cuz. Good
Your
hair.
dog was a kappa.
My dog.
Your
My
dog used
dog-
to shimmy.
He was
My
a
dog was
Frenchie.
from Granbury,
Dog was a
cuz.
Frenchie. Yeah, he had a Frenchie for a dog.
Frenchie, cutting Frenchie from New York, huh?
Yeah. I'm a little
That's
Frenchie
stupid, cuz.
daddy.
Let me let y'all know something else that burned my boot at, man. Listen, this should burn your boot at if it doesn't already. It's happened to me like 3 times. I mean, I was in a hotel in LA. I'm in a hotel right now in San Antonio recording. Listen, if I go up to the elevator and press that fucking button, and you walk behind me and press that fucking button, I want to slap you in your goddamn neck. That shit burns my goddamn boot at. Like to none,
You
to no
were
other.
petty. You were petty when you.
Hold up. If I press up on the elevator and then you come back and press up behind me when it's
Because they
already
want to
lit
make
up?
sure they know you have to press up twice to let them know it's 2 people going up.
And it come faster when
Yeah.
you press up twice.
You didn't know
I hate
that?
both of you bitches. I
You
hate both
stupid.
of you bitches.
That's like whenever you go to whenever you at the crosswalk and you press the button. I
Yeah.
press the button about 17 times because I want them to think they got 17 niggas crossing the road.
And it makes the
That's
light
what
go
that's what-
faster so the little white man will stay up there longer. The little white man stay longer and he don't blink as fast when you push it that many times.
Matter of fact, what I notice is the maintenance man come by you, he gonna hold up
Yeah.
like he gonna eat because he is unlimited people.
Yeah. And sometimes if you press it fast enough, a police officer will show up and just hold the traffic so everybody can walk by faster.
Are y'all done? Y'all finished or y'all done?
Just like
Listen,
my
I was
belief,
talking
it
about
don't
the
burn my
elevator.
boot.
Cause y'all turn this into a street side.
It's the truth though. The more you push the button, the better service you get. Everybody know that. You're the only person that didn't know that in America.
Shit, I guess if you say so, man.
It's just like if you ring the doorbell a bunch of times, people come to the door faster.
Y'all saying that?
It is
I kind of believe you, but I'm kind of like doubting. So you can just call me.
Thomas.
Now, I guess what I would think would burn my boot is if somebody come and I press up and they press down, and they down first before I get my up, but I press up first, I'd be upset.
Now I understand that.
You be
I
down
would burn
set.
my boot in.
Not upset.
Hey man, I mean all of it. Like I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of you thinking I'm stupid. So you got to press the button again. I'm just not. I don't give a fuck.
They're
what y'all
not thinking you stupid, trying to get the elevator faster for both of y'all. God, it's teamwork make a dream work, bro. That's
Okay,
my quote.
I'm over it. Y'all right. Y'all right. I'll tell you the last thing that burned my boot. I'm trying to keep the burning boot quick because I think we got a couple of stories to refer to. Listen, shout out. I've said a bunch of things on the podcast about my man Dre Hype and about his lack of fly. And I say it just to mess with him because he got his own unique Cali style. He was killing it. He was fly at his little way.
Yeah.
However, as a person who recently back in the do-rag game, I mean, I saw some pictures of myself where my little hair was sticking up. And I was like, no, I can't do that one. So I started combing my shit and putting on a do-rag. Los, you can attest to the fact that you see me. I've been rocking a do-rag. I've been looking like Ermias Ashramdan for the last couple of weeks, man. Like, I've been back in the do-rag game heavy because sleeping with a do-rag in the whole night. But as a person who fresh back in the do-rag game, what burned my boot is people who still rock them floppy back do-rags, man. Capes, if you will. Like boys who rock them boys who rock them super them Marvels.
Yeah, that's Superman daddy tripping.
I was with Dre in LA. Dre had that Marvel on. That shit burned my boot.
He had it in Atlanta too. He had the Superman in Atlanta, but I let him make it. I ain't even saying nothing. But the first thing I say, this nigga got a Superman daddy. What is he doing?
I mean, you gotta rock. Listen, I would say this. That shout out, this podcast brought to you by DWO Blue DeAndre. Blue always been like a stocking cap nigga. And I always thought stocking cap people is just a little bit level of cooler than everybody else. I don't think they don't make your waves better. I think a regular do-rag makes your waves better. But a stocking cap is kind of cool, especially if you got like the twist up on the top, like the little boot end on the top.
I never thought they was cool. I always thought they had 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot in the jailhouse. Like I feel like
that's what I mean.
You know what I mean? Like either they did
I'm with it,
crime
though.
and got caught and did a bid, or they did crime and didn't get caught and changed their life, but that's the only thing they kept from their criminal
But
past.
I like
was their
that.
stocking
It's
cap.
gangster, cut.
That's
why
yeah. I
people
just feel
sag
like
they pants,
at
though,
any
cut.
moment he with the shits, like anywhere, like in Toys R Us, Disneyland. You know what I mean? Like you just never know with that cat.
You never know, Sean.
I don't trust niggas
That's
with
funny.
stocking
So
cap.
I'm gonna say I always been a stocking cap dude, but
You
I
messed it up.
always thought
Because you're not the MO.
at all.
do rags was cooler.
Yeah.
I always thought that. I just don't know how to put the tail up. So if I was if I was
tuck
a
it in.
do rag dude,
Can I tell you?
I would be how you do it.
I'm not telling you how to do it. The point I was making was that I think stocking caps go back further. But I think in circa 2003, one person came in and just kind of set the standard for how you should wear a do-rag.
Never?
And that's Curtis Jackson.
Oh,
Like
50, yeah,
50
when
Cent,
he tied it.
when 50
yeah,
started
that's right.
tying it, you tie it, then you roll it in the back and you stick them under the tie. Couldn't
You do the same thing girls with a fupa do when they wear the high waist pants. The same thing they do. You just do it with a do rag.
Mm-hmm.
Tuck it
So
in.
all of that's acceptable. A stocking cap is acceptable. A do rag tucked in is acceptable. But you can't be out there with that's like a dress shirt untucked. Cut. You can't be rocking that floppy
With a
do
tie.
rag.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a thing? Let me ask you this, because I'm trying to learn how to do it. It's real, like I'm dead serious right now. I was planning on buying a pack of do-rags because I saw Los wear do-rags, and I was going to ask that man to help me tie it. I was going to ask him to do it in D.C.
I would have
Okay.
got you.
if he wanted to. But I didn't get around to going to every single convenience store to get a do-rag. I actually went to the grocery store, the King Supers out here, and they sell do-rags, which is kind of tight. I like that they're readily available everywhere.
You got to get a satin one though. You don't want to get the cheap kind. We already, on
But the thing is,
Oh, I got the
I
cheap
also
But my hair good.
you mentioned
yeah.
Al, you mentioned that you think do-rags give you better waves
I do.
than wave caps. And I don't understand how. I don't understand how you can think that because wave caps are tighter.
Well, I feel like the thing about a wave cap, like a stocking cap, that is so antiquated. It's really a stocking material that you put on your hair. Why would someone have created a wave cap with different texture and different softer material if that shit was the answer? And anytime you see those wave challenges where the little kids take off their shit and it's fly, it's always a wave cap. It's never a do-rag. I mean, it's always a do-rag. It's never like a stocking cap.
daddy.
Never.
Yeah.
Like,
And
a
then when you
stocking
take a
also
stocking
leave-
cap off, it's gonna mess
it
up
leave
your
that
waves.
print.
And it got
Yep.
holes in it. It just it's not it.
It's always been
Well,
a
if
do-rag.
mine ever gets a hole in it, then I'm gonna go buy another one.
No, it has
cheap.
stockings
But
have
I
a buku
buy the
holes
ones
in it.
that's like specially. I buy the ones that's specially formulated to make waves.
Okay.
I don't use my mama old ones.
I thought you was cutting the butt out. I thought you was cutting the butt out. Mama, let me get this butt.
No, stop that. They all make waves. I just think that like you got to be able to. Anyway, you got to just be able to tie them. Don't leave them shits like Dre.
Yeah.
Now cue up that music for nothing. No,
Nothing
I'm
nice to
fucking
say.
messing with y'all. I'm messing with y'all. I'm messing with you.
I was ready.
No, you wasn't. Stop it. All right, let's talk about some real stories, man. We got a little bit of time, man. Let's get to it. First thing I want to, let me just say this. It's another airplane story. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. There was a dude in the exit row when I was on my flight, and a woman walked up to him and was like, "Hey, I need y'all to be superheroes. Which one are y'all gonna be my superheroes in the exit row?" And the dude was like, "Fuck no."
He did not say that.
He said, "Fuck no."
No, he didn't.
And she made him get up and go sit somewhere else and switch seats with somebody. He got to go way to the front, to the first row with the extra leg rope. Cut.
So that's the play.
How you love
I
that?
hope Cam Newton is listening to this
Right?
podcast.
Fuck no, I'm not going. Not about to be no superhero. But then Cam Newton is a superhero. He literally does the Superman shit. So it would have been off brand for him not to do that. So he couldn't do it. So that's all it is.
Facts.
First story I want to tap into is women's soccer. Shout out. Y'all heard me a couple weeks ago when I had my nothing nice to say. I ranted about how I didn't like the way they was living. I wasn't pulling for them. They won the World Cup. Shout out, man. Congratulations to the women's national team. Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe. That's the only two of y'all I know. The list stops there. That's the only two names I know. Alex Morgan, because she won a ESPY, but I wouldn't have probably known her. She won top female athlete. And they probably won team of the year if I'm guessing.
I think
They
so.
did.
If I'm guessing, right? okay, maybe Megan Rapinoe. I mean, whatever the woman's name is, the woman's athlete of the year, or maybe somebody else who's been killing it this year. But whatever, I'm gonna let them have it. U.S. Women's National Team. So the thing that they've been talking about is equal pay, and hold up, before we even get there. What are y'all thoughts on the U.S. Women's National Team? I know I sounded like a big hater a couple weeks ago when I was talking about it. What are y'all thoughts?
I'm happy.
It's my favorite soccer team. My favorite women's soccer team in the world.
Okay.
I ain't mad at them. I like the way they celebrate. They was standing down, drinking beer. They cool. I mean, they cold.
Their little celebrations was
twerking.
Yeah, they
was playing Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, I like
twerking.
that. I fuck with them. I rock with them. You know.
Raj, what else do you think?
I think they can get away with anything they want.
Okay. For the next how long?
I think they can. I mean, as long as they keep winning and complaining about equal pay.
So somebody cares next week?
No.
Yeah, I think people have always generally cared about the women's national team. Like they got something about them, like a little allure, because probably half the team is kind of gay and female. So like you got both of those those dynamics working together. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for them to not be at the forefront of what people are talking about. You know what I'm saying?
So we could talk about the equal pay thing, but I'm not gonna go big in depth in this. But you know that's a complex issue, right? That they're trying to oversimplify. They're like, we deserve equal pay, but like the men's national team gets paid based upon how much FIFA gets paid. Like the International Men's Soccer Foundation, like all of the soccer teams, like France, Britain, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Brazil, Argentina. The money that FIFA brings in determines how much the men's national team gets brought in, and the money that like women's FIFA brings in determines how much the women's national team gets. And the Brazilian women and the like Argentinian women and shit, like they don't generate money. Like people don't give a fuck about them. Like it's just kind of like that's the complex issue in it. That they're like, hey, we want equal pay, which is great. In like theory, yes. But that's kind of like the WNBA being like, we deserve equal pay as the NBA. But they should get paid off of what the NBA makes versus what the WNBA makes, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense what I was just saying?
It does. I don't know the numbers like off the top of my head, and to be honest, I'm not gonna go look. But from what I understand, I think that they want like the same percentage.
Okay, and if that's the
I
thing,
think that there's a thing
then that makes sense.
They don't get the same percentage. But I also think that like if we're talking, let's say $100, 10% of $100, that's substantial. Like that's more substantial than 10%. It's not the same 10% if we're talking about $1 billion. Like that's just not the same 10% to me. So I don't know what you call it. I don't know what the term is to when you talk about the differences in percentages based on the total like principle. I don't think I don't know, and I don't want to step on any toes, but to me, just from the surface, like from a male perspective, it just seems like maybe they can't afford to pay you the same percentage because we need that other percentage to help the league run.
Yeah.
You know?
So I mean it's
kind of where I'm at with it.
It's like if a woman and a dude both work to Walgreens, I feel like they should both get the same $11 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, like there's no reason why they shouldn't. If a woman and a man both are school teachers, they both should start off at $53,000. You know what I mean? Like that should be consistent. However, if a woman and a man is both in that league, you got to kind of go off that league. Like now, if a woman is in the NBA, then she need to get paid. Or if a woman good enough to play on the men's national team, then she should get paid what everybody else gets paid on the men's national team.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that. But if it's not apples to apples when you're talking about people in different leagues. It's kind of what. Yeah.
If your league doesn't generate enough money to be able to give you millions, you can't get millions. Permanent, man. Stop it.
So I was listening to Bomani earlier this week, and he was saying some shit that I just kind of like put the shit in perspective to me. Now I'm gonna throw this out there, and it might be crazy, but like once again, preface this with not hating, just making a point. He kind of said it way he was tiptoeing around the point that he was trying to make, but the point was very obvious. He was like, "Why the USA don't really like fuck with the women's WNBA, like the women's national basketball team?" He was like, they way more fire than the women's soccer team. Like
Big facts.
Like they don't ever lose, cut. They don't ever lose to the Mo's. Like you're not about to. You're not about to. I'm sorry.
He said, "Oh,
Wow.
Hold up. I feel like the energy I'm on right now is because I was watching the women's national team celebrate, and they was all on that float talking about, bitch, please, bitch, you can't fuck with me, fuck you, bitches. That's how they was talking about one another.
Yeah.
So I'm on that energy. My bad. But I feel like you can't get a team of 5 chicks from Australia or from Mexico or from Spain that's gonna fuck with the U.S. women's. Cause you get that ball to Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi
And it's
and
game
they're not
time.
losing. Game over, cut.
yeah."
Like
Joanna, man.
since Rebecca Lobo them, since Cheryl Miller them, we don't lose. Cut. Like the women's basketball is the most unfuckwittable, fadeable thing. Period.
It's a win,
They
bucko.
they also got like you said, half women thing, half homosexual thing going on, LGBTQ thing going on. It's the same thing. Why is America not like, oh, I really love like Cheryl Swoops them when they was winning? Why they don't ever get the same love when they win like the women's national, like the World Cup of basketball, and when they win the Olympic gold medals? Why they don't get the same love? That's just I'm throwing it out there, and I'm letting you think about it. Well, I know the answer, but
Because they're predominantly
Black. That's
Caucasian.
yeah.
That's why. But I don't know. I to be honest with you, I'd much rather watch a women's soccer game than a women's basketball game. Just to be quite frank with you, and I can't impose my feelings on anyone else. But I think that the rest of America feels the same way.
Let me stop you right there, because that was the next question I have written out. What, like, for me, the one woman sport, there's only one woman sport that I would prefer to watch more than men, and that's
the American Lingerie Football League.
Jello wrestling. Okay, no. Okay, that's not what I meant. Okay, my bad. Disregard that. The one woman sport, honestly, that I really like is tennis.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch women's tennis. Men's tennis is too. They hit the ball too damn hard to be that close to each other in that little space. It's not fun to watch, and it's too long.
And in that case,
it's too long. This shit gotta go 5 things. Like women, I will watch the 3 rounds. It's easier to watch, whatever. But if I had to
I agree
watch,
with you, because women's volleyball is more exciting to me than men's volleyball.
Right?
They jump, like anytime a big 6'11" man jump in the air to hit the ball straight down, it's no competition.
yeah.
So I'm with you.
But I guess the point I'm saying is, if I had to pick between women's basketball and I always talk about, like, anybody who knows me knows how I feel about women's basketball. Like, I don't watch the WNBA. They make layups. Like if I had to watch the WNBA or like women's soccer, I'm watching the WNBA every rip. I watched 0 games of the Women's World Cup. 0.
Yeah, I just got that alert on my phone. That's all I knew.
And if the WNBA finals on, and then somebody tell me, oh, it's what's our girl name from Baton Rouge, Simone Augustus. If Simone Augustus and Sylvia Fowles them playing against Diana Taurasi them or the Sparks and Candace Parker them, and it's the game 5 of the finals, I'm gonna watch it. Cause I'm like gonna legit put it on TV and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch that game and I'm gonna see who wins the WNBA finals. I'm gonna watch it off top.
My favorite.
But I'm not gonna watch the women's. I didn't watch any of the Women's World Cup.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I'm not.
My favorite sport
I'm not.
women
Maybe
play is the American Football Lingerie League.
Now here you go.
No, I'm dead serious. If you ain't never watched that, bro, they playing real football. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, shout out to them. One time. For them.
Okay, Raj, what were you saying?
I can't watch. I'm not a huge fan of the WNBA either. And you know what? I hope one day women like doing between the legs dunks and stuff like that. I think we're not there yet, you know. So it's not exciting to me. Like women just aren't as fast and they're not as athletic as men are, and it's just a lot more fun for me to watch men being a man. But I think that movements in soccer, like the way that people, the females move, it's not as fast, it's not as quick, but it's similar. And there's no such thing as like a slam dunk. You know what I mean? Like there's no like dynamic plays that I feel like women can't do as compared to men in in the same sport. Like women can do bicycle kicks. Like that's about the most athletic thing that a woman would, or a soccer player would be able to do. In basketball, it'd be like a alley dunk, something like that, slam dunk contest type dunk. That can't happen. So I feel like the gap between that sport or those respective sports or in soccer is a little bit closer.
What about
So I
women's
can
UFC?
enjoy-
What about women's UFC?
Okay. I don't like to watch women
I
get
can watch
punched in the
that.
face. I don't like women getting punched
I
in
can
the face.
watch
it.
Even
I
though
don't really
Amanda
consider
Nunes
them
is the
women,
shit,
like-
I don't like it.
They're not really women. They like,
You can't do that. You can't do that, Los.
hey, ladies, not ladies.
No, but you can't do that. You can't do that.
I mean,
they women. They just
I definitely
rough.
enjoy it. Yeah, they're like tomboys. That's what I mean. They tomboys.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's like playing football with your little cousin. You know what I mean? Is there one cousin who don't want to play, who don't not want to
No,
play
but
football?
Amanda Nunes would beat the fuck out of you right
Yes,
now, and me.
But I'm saying, so I definitely want to watch her beat the fuck
Yeah,
out somebody
I get
else.
you.
I'm fine with
I
it.
get you.
UFC is
I
cool.
get that. So I just watched on like ESPN and just went across the screen them winning the best team. Man, boy, this is on brand with Al to say shit like this. But y'all think they could have beat the Knicks at anything? Or y'all think they could have beat
The Knicks?
Y'all think they could have beat Blake Bortles with
Stop it.
with like and
Now,
and
now you're reaching. Now you're reaching. Stop it.
I know. I do think that they
anything?
could beat.
Stop it.
I think that they could beat a football team at soccer, if that's what you're asking.
nah, just anything.
Not anything, but I think they could beat them at soccer.
He said, "Nah, just anything."
Nah, I feel like Jalen Ramsey will lock him up.
Yeah.
I feel like Fournette will run through.
How about we be pushing them over? It'd be so many, but they have so many free points though. Free kicks, penalty
They don't
kicks.
have number red cards. On
Yeah,
the
they have the
anyway,
teams
okay, I'm over
outside.
it. I'm over it. I said a little something about this, so I'm going to say this real quick. The NBA, and this is another thing that I heard Anthony Daniels say, Moose, shout out. He said this the other day. He said the NBA is now becoming NBA Jam, and I thought that was brilliant. The NBA is now becoming NBA Jam. You got Kyrie and you got KD. You got Kawhi and Paul George. You got LeBron and AD. You got I'm missing some like right off the top. You got Chris Paul and James Harden. You got Porzingis and Luka. You know what I mean?
What about
you
the
go
boys
around the league,
in Boston? They got a hope. They more than NBA Jam.
they
They put a
Kimba
cheat
and
code in there.
Kimba and Jason Tatum. I mean,
And-
like literally. No, I mean NBA
That's
Jam
only
is
two.
two people.
That's
It's
true.
top two. You got Zion and Jackson Hayes, or Zion and Drew Holiday, whatever you want to say.
Drew Holiday.
Cutting, I really feel like they need to have an NBA Jam come out right now
Hey,
on.
Like,
Like
they do
your
have
phone.
an NBA Jam.
Is it like there's a recent one?
Yeah, it's not called NBA Jam though. It's called NBA Playgrounds. It came out. In fact, NBA Playgrounds 2 came out this year,
Really?
Nah.
and you can play with anybody, any two players you want to play with in the league.
but do they be jumping out the
It's its
screen and
own
flipping
game?
and shit?
They be doing all kind of crazy stuff.
I like that.
They
I didn't
jump
know
out-
it existed.
Oh, I ain't never known that. Do they have Barack Obama playing?
Yep.
Can you get the cheat code and put Barack Obama on there?
Can you get Air Dog?
No, I don't know.
George
Air
Clinton?
Mutt? Can you get Air
Quite
Mutt?
sure. But I do own the game, and you can choose. You can like it's a fun game. Like it's 2-on-2.
So
I
you
did not
saying
know
Play
that.
online.
Like
So-
NFL Street used to be and shit.
It's the same exact thing.
so if you hit like three
But you
shots,
can play with like
they-
you can put any
heating
two
up.
players you want together. So you can put like Westbrook and AD together if you want, and like that could be your team, and
I
you
don't
can
like
play
that
like
team.
a season or a dynasty type deal.
I don't want
Okay.
that. I don't want them going to the wrong team. I want it like NBA Jam.
Yeah,
Like, we
I
playing
don't like the way
straight up.
that's saying. I want you to be running.
Well, then you could just do NBA Jam.
I wanna
and
dunk
just
from
play
half
with your
court,
two
like-
people.
I want Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning, and I want NBA Jam. He's heating up.
Yeah. With,
They have that.
wanna-
That's what I'm trying
so
to tell
is he
you. I don't
goaltending
understand how many
and stuff
times
like
I gotta
that?
say
Goaltending
this.
and stuff like that?
Nah, cause it's not the same because that shit is fucking that's copyrighted.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it's made by 2K Sports, so it's a good game.
Nah.
Hey, who would be
We'll
the
have to
rapper?
look into it.
Who would be the rapper that would be on NBA Jam if it was out? You gotta have a little.
Two Chains
Yeah.
or Quavo.
I know who it won't be. It won't be ASAP Rocky. Los, tell us what's going on with ASAP Rocky. I heard a little story about that.
Yeah.
You said you'd let us know a little bit.
ASAP Rocky was detained last week after a brawl with a Swedish man. He was in SoCo doing this tour, And I don't know if you guys saw the video or not, but the guy, he would not leave him alone. They was walking, they was walking down the street or whatever, and the guy just kept following behind him. They showed videos of the security guard like, hey man, please stop following us. Y'all go that way, we go this way. The security guard, ASAP, his whole little crew will go one way. The guy keep following, they turn and go another way. They even had a video ASAP Rocky had man begging him like, please man, we do not want to fight you. We are not trying to go to jail. Please leave us alone. The little guy, it was only two of them. The little guy would not stop. I think he threw his headphones at the bodyguard, and he kept saying, I want my headphone, I want my headphone, I want my headphone, I want my headphone. He just kept following him. And one lady actually came up in one of those, I was about to say hoodies, but Jahab, and she was like, hey, he grabbed my friend's butt earlier, so I think they're drunk and they're just terrorizing people on the street. And the guy's like, man, we don't want no problem, we don't want no problems. A few minutes later, boom. A big brawl happens around the streets or whatever. They'll ASAP them go to jail, and they're saying he's in deplorable conditions in the jail. He was sentenced to 2 weeks by the Supreme Court out there, and his appeal was denied. And he's saying that he said he's in the jail with a mentally ill patient, and the guy keeps banging his head against the wall and throwing feces all over the place, and nobody's cleaning it up. And he only eats an apple a day because the food isn't edible. So.
Okay, so I love the fact that I get to be in a position like Roger and just get to hear like one thing out of that story. Roger, now I understand why you do that. When I'll say a long story and you're like, so I heard one thing. He only got 2 weeks, and y'all niggas over here tripping. That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
He was sentenced to 2 weeks in jail. Yeah.
That means by the time the
I think
story
it's funny
out,
how
that
You
man
gotta
might
realize
be
too,
home
though.
in
You gotta
like
realize he had to
in about a
cancel.
week.
He had to cancel buku tour dates because he's on tour. He's on a European tour right now, so he had to cancel buku tour dates to stop and go to jail.
He can do it when he get out.
True, but he lost some money in.
I'll tell you what I heard because I got to sit in my same chair. You just got to sit next to me. What I want to know is, did any of the shit hit him?
No,
That's what I.
They didn't say that.
That's the question that I have. The guy hit his head on the wall.
Yeah, that's what he keeps saying.
On purpose and throws shit all over the place. And I want to know if. And I want to know how did ASAP Rocky get to tell people that he was like in horrible conditions.
That was the question I had as I was looking at it when I was reading the story earlier. I was like, I don't understand if he get one phone call a day, who is he telling this stuff to? But I get
Meek Mill, obviously.
No, ASAP Ferg has been the one who has been reporting a lot of these things. A lot of these things quote him in most of the stories I've read. So yeah, I think ASAP Ferg is the new Johnny Cochran in Sweden right now in Stockholm. Looks like it.
I think it's crazy. It's almost like the first thing I think about whenever I hear this story is like, damn, you could go to jail like in another country, like if you ASAP Rocky. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it would be like, oh, okay, you got to fight ASAP Rocky, you got to get out of here, you got to go back to the United States, like because you're from the United States. It's just weird to me to think. Oh, that's just the first thought that I had. No. Like, damn, you could go to jail when you're somewhere else.
Still a nigga though.
Like it's just crazy.
You could go to jail big. No. It's not even you're a nigga though, Los. I think it's you're an American. Like they didn't cane. You remember they caned that American in like Singapore. Mm-hmm. They didn't try to put people in death row in different countries. Like shit, like locked up abroad. Watch that shit, man. Like if you overseas and you do some shit, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, you American think you about to come over here and do whatever you want? Come on.
Yeah, because they had to have the Swedish government involved, and they're saying they're violating ASAP Rocky's rights. They won't let him meet with counsel privately. So, and it went to the Supreme Court out there that fast over a street brawl. So
I'm reading another story. They said they took him out of the cell with the dude who was throwing feces, and they put him in with like a dude who liked dudes. And they said Rocky said, "I don't like this because the dude is Swedish. He a little Swedish."
That was stupid.
Yeah, Swedish.
I was that's so funny. So from what I'm reading right now as we speak, he's in there. No, I'm not thinking of anything. This is the truth. He's in there with the mental patient. So the mental patient's psychiatrist comes in like every once in a while and says, "Hey man, what's your fucking problem?" And ASAP Rocky apparently has a problem with you know, like not
Bad
like kind of
bitches.
butting in, being the peanut gallery, and so he jumped out of turn and said, "I love bad bitches." That's my fucking problem.
That's my fucking problem. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry I said it out loud. I'm gonna edit myself off saying it. No, I'm not.
He not.
Damn, that's funny.
That boy facing 2 weeks hard labor, man. Y'all don't feel sorry for ASAP for that? 2 weeks hard labor.
I mean, 2 weeks. Hey, 2 weeks is a long time to be in jail. I don't want to be in
and you
jail.
losing money.
I think.
And he got to wear like their little prison outfits. He don't get to wear his regular shit, and like that was his biggest
And I
concern.
heard they
'cause
took
he
his-
said
they took his hat
he's
down, too.
usually coochie down to his socks
Socks.
like he's Biggie Papa.
Baby.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, they also, I don't know if y'all read, the Black Twitter has a big backlash against ASAP Rocky from a lot of things that he said before, like 2014, when he was mentioning about the Ferguson shootings. He was like, "Hey, I don't want to talk about that Ferguson shit because I live in Beverly Hills and wherever else the
Oh, I do remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah,
shit.
whatever else the little nice part
So
out there is.
keep your monkey ass in jail.
And he was like, so I can't relate, so I ain't talking about that shit. And he was saying something about, I'm tired of black people. I'm just with the ride with black people on everything they do. So, Black Twitter was on his ass all week about Linga. Fuck you. We don't care. We not signing no petition. Suck our dick.
Well,
I unfollowed about 4-5 black people on Facebook, so I'm with him a little bit. Not all niggas, but some niggas I can't do.
yeah, he did tell me that earlier this week. His life has gotten a little lighter. I mean, but black people have been in rare form this week. The other thing they've been in uproar about is that they got a little black girl playing The Little Mermaid in the upcoming movies. And then that's just actually been hilarious. The people have been posting the pictures. I was about to do one, my damn self, like Aquaman. And it had like, it had Terrence Howard on it. And they had like Step Brothers with Lil Baby and the Baby on it. And then they had shit like Friday with like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, like just kind of putting the wrong race people in different movies. Set it off with like Gwyneth Paltrow them. I thought that's been the internet. I love when the internet just pick up some shit and do it. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
I have. The internet undefeated, man. They never lose. So they never lose.
I always wonder when I see those things. Always to myself wonder what's next. Because that's so genius to come out with. Like, it's the funniest thing in the world to me. I mean, honestly, like, I know that the first person who created might have created it out of spite. But nonetheless, I find it's funny to me. The Little Mermaid, here's the thing. The Little Mermaid is going to be made with a black girl. And I don't care what people think about it. I'm going to go enjoy The Little Mermaid as a black chick. And that's it.
Are you going to dress up as one of the characters like we did for Wakanda?
I might be Sebastian.
Okay.
But my question is, would y'all be drove if coming to America was like some white boys from South Africa, like the next movie? I don't mean that particular thing, but something we hold dear as like a black thing, like Fat Albert coming to the screen and now it's white boys.
If
Boys in the Hood
fruition,
was Justin Bieber and what's
But I'm trying to say something that's like a direct parallel, like that black people played the role in the cartoon. And now they trying to make it into a live action thing, and they make it in a white person, like Bebe's Kids, and it was some white people.
The Boondocks.
Or like I said, the Boondocks. The Boondocks movie comes out, and it's two little white boys. Kind of like, what? How would we feel about that? Like, would we? I think black people would be in an uproar. Black people wouldn't like it.
We wouldn't like that because there's not that much quality black stuff out there on TV. Like, it's not a whole lot of content. So for them to just steal something from us, which
wouldn't be the first time.
Whatever, but
Wouldn't be the first.
What I'm saying is, if they just deliberately stole something notable from us, like Friday or Bebe's Kids or Boondocks or something like that, then that wouldn't be right. You know what I mean? Like, it just wouldn't be right. But for a long...
They're stealing our music and stuff for a long time.
For a long time, every single Disney princess was white. I mean, I don't even know. I'm thinking about... I don't know this, but I'm thinking until, like, Aladdin. Every single... they just had different colored hair. So, like, what's so bad about making a couple of the ones in the past? Like, oh, shit, we got the Little Mermaid, she in the water. Like, let's make her black.
Yeah.
I don't think anything.
I think they were
Well,
mad
I
because they
mean,
know black
if-
people can't swim and black women don't get their hair wet. too.
Yeah,
That's one thing.
black women don't get their hair wet. That's what I was about to say. they should unrealistic.
Yeah. Her lashes might come
But
off.
she could have a big fire Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj red wig though. Cause I really wouldn't be mad about that. at all.
Or some Alicia Keys braids.
Why not? Cause I don't see why not. So y'all talk about how the internet undefeated, the internet be acting up. Rumble has a question of the week, and this shit has everything to do with the internet, and it's pretty damn good. So check it out.
Seems like some potential changes may be coming to IG, which I think may be good for the greater good of mankind, because boys really be getting lost in sauce with that IG. So the question of the week I got for y'all is, how y'all feel about IG if it was likeless? No more likes on IG. How y'all feel about that?
Woo! So that would change the paradigm, man.
Not for me. 'Cause
Like,
I don't
Rod-
care about likes. I don't really care.
Raj, you remember that meme that had Puffy, and it was like a nigga when he hit 11 likes.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, we original IG is gonna remember like it was 11 likes, and then you stop seeing just the names of the people who liked it. So subtle changes have happened over the time. What if IG becomes likeless? What do you think? Like Raj, what are your initial thoughts on that?
I think it would lose its allure. I think the allure of Instagram is to post cool pictures and to like it is a competition. It let's just call it what it is. It is a competition. Sometimes I look at my friends' pages and I say, God damn it, that nigga got 150 likes on that, and I got on my most recent picture I've only got 75. I wonder why. Do he look better than me?
Oh.
Do he this, do he that, or do she this, do she that? And whatever, to me that's fun to try to figure out, all right, how am I gonna like post a picture that could just shut the gram down? So if I post a picture and all people can do is look at it, I don't know, like people can't show their appreciation for it, I don't like it. I think that's what Snapchat is.
Just
so
look
if
at
Instagram wants to just become Snapchat, where you could just look and comment.
What if it just keeps comments? You'd be good though.
No, I want the likes.
You need the likes
Damn,
too.
Roger.
But
What?
explain.
Oh no, I was just like, damn. I didn't know. Like for me, I don't look at social media as real. Like that shit is just social media not real. Them people don't mean just because somebody pressed the like button on your picture doesn't mean they actually like your picture. They might scroll through like, oh, it's my nigga Roger. Let me give him a like. You know what I mean? Like they don't mean you did something.
I want those
spectacular.
too.
You know what I mean? Like you can't.
I don't mind padding my stats. If I post a picture of a white wall, of just a picture of my wall in my bathroom, I don't expect to get any likes. But I'm sure I will have some of my partners that just like, oh look, Roger posted something. Maybe he found art in it, so let me like.
So you really
to
take
pad my
Instagram
stats.
that seriously? Where you go looking and trying to study how you can get more likes.
So why do you have Instagram?
Cause it's funny. I do put stupid shit on there. It's social media. I don't take it seriously. Like, oh my gosh, what can I take today to get some likes? I don't know. You probably know half them people on your Instagram.
So I do know half the people on my Instagram. So you post pictures just because you think they're funny.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's my.
Because I would post a picture if I thought I was funny. I would post pictures to make people laugh. Like I'm trying to make people laugh. Like I wouldn't be a comedian and go on stage and be like, I'm out here because I think I'm.
How
funny,
many times
and y'all don't have to think I'm funny.
How many times do we have to come to the consensus that Los don't be having a whole thought when he's saying shit like that?
No, I'm for
Los
real.
is lying to you. No, stop that. Because when you put something, like when you send something to the text group, you want us to laugh. You think you want us to comment. You want
That's
us
different
to
on a
like
text group. That's different on a text group than
But I mean,
Instagram.
I feel like it's the same thing.
I don't
okay.
take it that serious on Instagram when I'm trying to figure out.
But
how
I
to
don't
get
know.
more
I
likes
don't.
on something.
You know who you sounded like? You sounded like a
Thomas.
when you say that kind of shit.
I sound
Because
like a what?
you taking
Thomas.
shit exactly. That makes it so much funnier.
The doubting apostle is
Thomas.
Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about with that, but go ahead.
Anyway, you sounded like that because that's what they always say. They always say, "Oh, you're taking this too serious. You're taking this too serious." And I get your point. Instagram, social media, things like that aren't to be taken seriously. It's not like life or death things. It's not things that you should harp over and really whatever. And I think when Raj says that he studies how to get likes, he's not saying that like he's taking time at work, thinking about like, damn, how am I gonna figure this out? And I think you know that, Los. The point he's trying to say is that from time to time, he's gonna look at something and he's gonna be like, damn, that boy got more likes than me. The next time I post something, I'm gonna be more cognizant of posting something that's gonna get more likes, so I can feel like, oh yeah, cause my shit was live and I got more likes.
I don't do that.
It ain't necessarily like he's putting a bunch of time into it. And you might be right because I mean, looking at your IG, you don't have a lot of pictures and you don't have a lot of likes. Yeah. So it's not like you put a lot of stock into that. But you're not like a Herb either, who be posting some stuff that like nobody likes, and they post it every day of the week. Oh, yeah. And they posted something.
That's crazy when you get like 2 likes and you keep posting. Yeah, that's retarded.
So you care though, Los.
I don't care.
If you notice that, then you care.
If I want to post them, I post them. But if I don't, I don't. I don't take that much stock in Instagram like that.
I think that means you care. On the cool.
I don't care. On the low or the high.
Look how you acting. All right, man.
Notice
look.
when you took. Hold on. Let me end it with this. When you took them 6 pictures, posed the same exact way with
I remember that.
You posted them 6 pictures,
right?
And you care about how many likes you said. I'm gonna shut down. Oh, let me see it. Okay,
no,
nice.
That's how. Listen, let me tell you how. I got these children. I just all the pictures she took. The lady took. I just clicked on them and posted them. I didn't even look at them to be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna shut down nothing." Because if I'd have known they all looked exactly the same, I probably wouldn't have posted them.
You did post a whole. That was one of the top clown cake moments of Instagram history when you posted those 8 pictures that was all the same.
I didn't even know. I just
as a collage of that was hilarious.
And posted them. I didn't even look at them. Let's show you how much I give a fuck.
That was pretty damn bad.
I don't care about Instagram.
That's pretty damn bad.
I don't care.
So let's give them some quotes to live by, man. I'll start this week, man, with one quote for you guys, and we're gonna give y'all 6 per usual. First one. Since '98, I grabbed my plate up off the lunch table. I told Mama I'm thugging outside. We don't need cable. Okay. That's my one quote of the week.
A night full of passion can give you a lifetime of pain. At least 18 years for sure.
Pretty damn good, love. Pretty damn good. Raj, where you at?
I'm coming with it. All right. I think beautiful is like looking like you take care of yourself.
Huh.
Okay.
That sounds like Bootsy with you need to keep you supposed to stay smelling right, especially if you got it with money. That's what he like. Anyway, so another quote I got, my second quote for you to live by this week is I'm Steve Stifler. And I have an 11-inch penis. Around. Think about it.
I remember that.
Would be my second quote.
I keep an open mind, but my open mind got a screen door.
I did hear that one. That's a very good one. It's very good as well. And Raj, your third and your 6th and final quote for us to live by this week.
I wish I would have went first because mine ain't funny, but summertime is the time that you flex. That's all I got.
Hey, they don't have to be funny, man. Mine wasn't funny. You know?
I'll give you a like for that one, Roger.
Wow, that's funny, dog.
I appreciate you. I'm surprised you're not doubting.
Thomas.
How long do you think it's going to take him to figure that out?
I don't care that much.
Until he listens to the podcast.
Thomas.
No, I don't believe that at all, man. Talk about one of our favorite cities, man, because it's a very important thing right now. It's flooding in New Orleans, man, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention it, if we didn't have a mention to it, man. It seems like some tropical weather is happening, or it's probably happening live as y'all listen to this. Already didn't happen, but they got some pre-flooding going on. I didn't see pictures and stuff. Like, it's flooding all in the streets of New Orleans. It's crazy that this is still happening years after the storm. Like, why haven't they figured this shit out? Like, I don't get it. I don't know. Roger and Los, none of us are really close to the situation right now. But what have y'all been hearing from people?
So, actually, this podcast is brought to you by Ricky Demas. FaceTime with Ricky Demas this morning. Got a chance to see his backyard.
Oh, yeah.
His backyard is fenced in like wood, like regular wood, Louisiana fence. and it's a swimming pool back there, like
Nah.
literally probably about a foot, maybe 2 feet of water. He already lost a vehicle maybe about a month ago from just a regular rain flood, just like I mean, this is a tropical storm, but this was a regular rain flood a couple of weeks ago. So he's got another car, and I was worried about that car when he was showing me where it was at in the water because, it's just like rising waters. He was telling me if this water gets any higher, I'm gonna have to just like leave my house, and just go ride somewhere, like, and hopefully find a higher ground. So yeah, no, I've been seeing some of my friends on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot posting pictures of office buildings. Let's go on the first floor of the office building, and water's just rushing in. Like live, like they're on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and water's literally rushing in the building from the front. And then lastly, what I think is the craziest thing, like it kind of feels like I feel bad, like I almost want to fly back home and go check on things. But like people like are complaining about that they don't have any water left at Walmart. Or like or like people are like posting statuses like, hey, just letting y'all know the 7-Eleven on Amador has bottled water. It's just crazy like that. I'm seeing all of this, and I've never had to go through any of this. I never really had to go through having to scrounge for water or having to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of crazy. And I stayed there for 30 years. Never had to deal with it.
That's the second time.
But tropical storm.
But it's the second. You're talking about in New Iberia. You're talking about in New Orleans.
I'm kind of like putting both of them together.
Gotcha.
Of course, yeah. If I was a native of New Orleans, I think I would have had to have dealt with this before. But being from New Iberia, the couple of hurricanes that we've had, I've never had to like just almost like panic for water. Like that's crazy to me.
Were you the one going to the store getting the water?
I wasn't, but I also don't remember it being a thing. Like my dad calling the house like, hey, y'all look, I'm so sorry. I had to get soda water. They don't have no. I had to get Sprite. They didn't have no water. I never had to deal with that. So no, I wasn't the one getting the water, but I never had to deal with water. And we had a Kentwood machine anyway, but we good.
I mean, and then Essence Fest was last week, so all of the people was out there just turning up and having them a good time. And then they just went back home, and now New Orleans is. I mean, I don't know. Like it's a bunch because I think about that, like how the city made a whole bunch of revenue last week off of Essence Fest, right? And it was such a big party, and you were seeing all the pictures and whatever. And now, less than a week later, it's like the city is like to shit. Honestly, like that's
just that quick though.
That's craziness, man.
I was shout out this podcast brought to you by Cello. Cello he got he got Airbnb out there
and shit,
and he was showing me.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He got an inclusive.
Inclusive. My bad. Edit it out. You know what? It just beat me when I said that word. So he has an inclusive out there, and he was showing me his street was dry. He was showing me the cameras. It was dry. No water, nowhere near. And he was like 3 blocks over. It's flooded. Cars floating and everything. 3 blocks to his way. Street dry. No water at all. So I guess for me, I don't understand how that works. You heard me? I don't understand. Like it has to be a way. I know it's a fish bowl or what. I mean, it's a soup bowl or what. It's nothing. Nothing but water up under it. But it has to be some type of way to be able to get that water up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Before it comes in.
Cello, I talked to Cello the other day, and his house is in the 4th ward. So, if you know how New Orleans is set up, it's like anything like the East, they say it was dry. The West Bank, I think the West Bank was dry, but it was wet like from Veterans to Carondelet.
Yeah. Okay.
Now cue up that music for nothing nice.
If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Aldo nice.
Ain't nothing nice. You hear me?
So listen, when I was growing up, we used to do wild stuff, man. Me and my cousin Ash Dog Forever, we used to go to the store, and he'd be like, man, let's steal some batteries. So we'd go in like toys that was in the store, and we'd take the batteries out, and we go find a battery pack and just open it and then throw the wrapper in the microwave and then just take the batteries. We used to do shit like that. I know kids who, growing up, they used to go to like the grocery store and they steal candy and stuff. I mean, it's part of growing up, man. Like sometimes little kids do stupid stuff and they take things that they shouldn't. This bitch went to the freezer in the grocery store and pulled out the ice cream and licked that bitch. Is she out her rabbit ass, dirty, funky mind? They should have put her ass beneath the jail. I mean, in that Bluebell, like that's the shit. I'm mint chocolate chip all day. Cookies and cream on Millennium Crunch. That wedding cake. They got like Mardi Gras. Like they got king cake one. They got all kind of foolishness. And Bluebell is made right there in like Brenham or Bryan, Texas. One of them. It's right there, right up the street. You know they trying to change up Bluebell to where them boys gonna have to shrink wrap their shit now. Because if you know anything about Bluebell be open.
It's just raw dog.
They raw dog. You freeze the ice cream to the top, and then the first time you take it off, you gotta kind of jimmy that bitch off and like and take it off, and then you scrape the little ice cream off the top and you eat that little piece, and then boom, and then it's loose after the first time. But the first time, Bluebell a dog to
Million spoons have taken.
I mean, it's a dog. It's its own thing. But not because of this little trifling little hood want to open it up for the gram, for social media, to get likes. She want to lick the Bluebell. Now boys got to change their whole thing. I'm just saying, man, look, raise your cheering better than that. And cheering, stop being stupid, because I ain't got nothing nice to say about my people out here with no home training messing the game up for everybody. So I won't say nothing at all.
I would just like to say, if it was a likeless Instagram, that wouldn't have happened.
She probably didn't put that on IG. That feels like a IG
Something
story.
stupid. But you know what? There is a guy in Baton Rouge somewhere. He tried to do the same thing. They caught his ass too. It's been a bunch of people copycatting that same stupid shit. I just saw on swear to God. I saw on Twitter. I can send it to y'all too. One dude.
That's what they used to call Notorious B.I.G. the sweater guy. But go ahead.
Okay.
But it was Coogee sweaters.
Yeah. Okay. But there's a dude had went to Family Dollar and opened up a sweet tea, that Arizona sweet tea, spit in that hole and closed it. Like spit, white boy.
No.
Spit in that hole. So now that's the new thing.
No way.
How did he
People
close
going around
Arizona tea?
vandalizing food. So be on the lookout for what y'all get.
It must have been he must be talking about a Nestle tea.
Or Snapple.
Yeah.
Huh?
Arizona teas got cans.
No.
Come in a big
The
ass can.
jug. No, swear to God, the jug.
He probably had the tool.
No.
He might have had the closed can.
It was a
tool.
jug.
The CCT.
Y'all want to be stupid. It was a jug.
Oh, a jug. They do make jugs.
It's a
do
jug.
make
It's
jugs.
a jug.
Okay.
The gallon daddy. Not the can, stupid.
Well, you said can.
No, I didn't say can.
Yeah, that's what you
I said
said.
Arizona tea daddy. I said can.
You said daddy.
That is synonymous with can.
Daddy mean
Oh,
can.
my bad.
Let me tell you, look, just kind of going back to your story, going back to Nothing Nice to Say, I think I opened up. So for the first time since I moved to Denver, I got my hands. So the one flavor you didn't mention was pecan pralines and cream, which is the number one ice cream in the world. Mint chocolate chip is like eating toothpaste to me.
I don't like mint chocolate.
Sure,
so
go ahead.
I just got a piece of no shade. Just got my first canister of pecan pralines and cream. It's been a while since I had some Bluebell ice cream.
Pecan
And
potassium.
I open it up, and I just realized this year that they don't put like a shrink wrap or like a little tab that I can pull off. That's great. They should have all been having that. You can't just have big open ice cream.
They
Like
freeze
I'm
it
saying,
to
they
the
don't
top.
even have like a little. Bro, I'm not trying to hear that. Like I shouldn't be able to just pop the top off.
Cause they've been doing it for 50 years and nobody has ever had a problem with it. Cause
Well, here we
But
are.
you know what they doing now? People are going to the
Here
extreme
we
and
are.
cutting the bottom of the thing off and eating it from the bottom.
yeah,
now.
the top of it. That's
Eating
funny.
it from the bike.
When the last time you ate it from the bottom, Los?
It's been a minute, man. I got asthma. I don't do that type of stuff. I'm a preacher. Pastor Los, but I can't be eating it from the bike.
From the bike.
Eating it from the bike.
Hey man, it's a lot, man. That's just it's trifling to another degree. I just think it's super trifling. Like you can't do shit like that.
It's
Like
disgusting.
it's disgusting to mess with people's food any kind of way at any fast food establishment or whatever. But when you go into the grocery store, now I would argue that that might not be the first time in life that somebody's opened like a can of Bluebell and then noticed that they had like a scoop taken out that bitch. Like that's probably happened before. That's probably happened before. But not like a whole
Or somebody
like
drunk the
just
Sprite
a
and
lick
put it
that
back.
you wouldn't notice. Oh my god.
Bro, people do. I mean, I'm sure that there's stories out there. I just remember back in the G before they started making medicine hard to get into. Somebody going into like a medicine canister and putting something that's not supposed to be in there. Like, and that's why medicine is so hard to open. Now, like everything has to be sealed for a reason. What makes Bluebell ice cream not sealable? Everything in the grocery store, Snickers bars. Sealable. Everything's sealed. Why wouldn't I expect my ice cream to be sealed? That's crazy. I think
you might be onto something. That might be the only one.
Bringing light.
What kind? Like,
for bringing light to the fact that Bluebell
you should seal apples
ain't special.
And bell peppers. Should you seal bananas?
Like a folk digging they butt and look at that shit.
But you can't. So the thing about the thing. Yes, bananas are sealed. So I'm glad you said that. But apples. You gotta wash your apple anyway. You can't wash ice cream.
You put some water in your apple, Ron?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel, like you get what I'm saying? So like, I can wash fruits and vegetables and like, can't wash ice cream. Like it's meltable.
So should they shrink wrap bread and not just put the little twist tie on it? Because somebody might just open it and take some bread out of it.
But yeah.
I think. Well, you know what? Then look. Here's what we do.
I'm listening.
At Best Friend Weekend, we go, all three of us, to our respective grocery stores and lick a piece of bread so they can start shrink wrapping bread.
Whoa. No.
Nature's own. But there are breads, you're saying this, there are breads that do have, like, it's got the bag, and then inside the bag, it's got, like, the little flimsy bag.
You're right. The flimsy bag is in, like, the little raisin bread shit. Oh. You right?
Nature's own can't keep getting away without coming off that loop.
Extra bag. That condom, huh?
That little extra bag.
Yeah,
that condom that inside.
Nah, they saving money. Y'all need to hire me. Y'all need to pay me to source the bags for y'all.
I hate y'all.
Otherwise, I'm licking the bread.
Roger to secure the bag.
I hate both of y'all,
I'm gonna secure the bag. That's right.
I'm gonna secure the bag.
And I'm getting that bread. So I do think, I will say this. Now that I'm thinking about it while I'm on this tangent, I do think that local bread, like bread that's made in-house, should be able to sit on the shelves without, like, y'all boys working hard back there making bread. This ain't Nature's Own. This is not a machine. Boys making bread in the back. I think that bread should be able to be, sit there unbothered. But if it's on the shelf, it should be
saying
sealed.
So if you come out here, Roger, I don't know if you ever been to a Hispanic store. We call them Mexicans. The Mexican store, aka Fiesta. They have bread like in a big little box and just be naked bread in there, and people be going through bread.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. If it's gourmet, like homemade, house-made bread, I'm cool with that. Like muffins or donuts or something like that that they make it in house.
Like if you go to Bilo, if you go to Bilo in New Iberia,
that's fine too.
They got a shit ton of like Boudin and chicken and bread and just different shit that they make in there. Cutting that shit don't need to be shrink wrapped.
Okay, so people put their hand in that grab that loaf, don't like that. Be like, that's too hard, too soft. Put that down, go grab another one. You can't wash bread off. And look,
that's just a risk you're gonna have to take.
Or something.
But crabs don't affect you if you eat them.
Yes, they do.
They're gonna die because it's hot inside.
No, it's only 90-something%. That's good. It's 100 degrees a day. Crabs still living.
Cutting is. You're ridiculous. Yeah, you're ridiculous.
Well, you would know.
It sounds like it.
No,
it sounds like. Hey man, look, I appreciate y'all kicking it with us this week. This has been a very fun episode of the Best Friend Weekend podcast. I've
y'all gonna tell me what that little stupid shit y'all was talking about earlier mean or no?
Thomas.
You'll find out in due time.
I love that he's slow.
That dumbass shit.
That boy graduated college and got a master's. Stop it, dog.
Thomas.
We'll holler at y'all next week, man. Hey, stay tuned for that NFL.
Hey, big old freak. Big booty, big old treat. I'ma make him wait for the pussy. Hit it, then he big old skeet. Hey, feet on the bed. I fuck him in the head. Suck it, then look in his eyes. Then the next day I might leave him on all red. Pop it, huh? Daydream about a high rocket, huh? He hit my phone with a horse, so I know that mean he can come over and ride it. Shit, I'm on the way. Ride that dick, I'm like, yay. Hey, usually I like to fuck, but tonight we gonna make love cause you bae. Nobody know. I fuck with him on the low. We never show up together, but I text him when I'm ready to go. Hey, I had a couple of shots at the bar. I'm finna play with that dick in the car. I got him swerving and breaking the law. These windows tinted so nobody saw. That shit nasty, cuz. I'm fitting to play with that dick in the car. I got him swerving and breaking the law. These windows tinted so nobody saw. That shit nasty, cuz.